Hello, and welcome to Southpack. In this segment, we are taking a look at the Pelican 1650 protector case. Due to its size and ruggedness, the 1650 case is extremely popular for airline travel and UPS FedEx shipping. This slide shows an overview of the features and size statistics of this case. Features such as double action latches, pressure valve, O-ring, steel pin hinges, retractable handle, air and watertight performance, and a lifetime warranty are included in all rolling cases in the Pelican Protector family. In particular, the 1650 case features 7 latches, 2 wheel cartridges containing 2 wheels each, and 3 fold-down lifting handles. In this video, we will be talking a lot more about these case features and also about the internal case dimensions. The internal dimensions listed are taken at the lid split, which we will see later is not the last word on actual usable space. Also listed here is the external dimensions and the weight of 29.1 pounds. The reason we have listed total dimensions is that it is pertinent for airline check-through rules. This case is just under 63 inches, which allows it to meet the check-through requirements of most major airlines without extra fees, a very key feature indeed. Let's take a closer look at the external features. On this picture, we see the front of the case and several external features. This case has 2 locking loops. One at the top is labeled and one at the bottom. These are covered in metal sleeves that provide extra security. It is a little cumbersome to use 2 locks, but using only one could allow someone to pry up the opposite corner and gain access to the case. There are 3 of the double throw latches on the front of the case and 1 of the fold-down lifting handles. The fold-down handles are molded plastic with a rubberized grip on them. This handle is oversized and centered and provides a comfortable carrying point for the case. Also shown here is the nameplate provision. This is an optional item from Pelican, but you can also use your own sticker or plate here. Lastly, the automatic pressure relief valve is also on the front of the case. Since this case is airtight, this feature is needed to equalize the pressure inside the case when flying or otherwise changing altitude. If this were not present, you would pretty much need a crowbar to get the case open at your destination. This is a picture of the back or hinge side of the case. 2 of the 3 hinge assemblies are shown here. The hinge assembly is molded in plastic with protective ridges surrounding a metal pin. In older versions of this case, the metal pin was easily replaceable in the field. On this version, it is still replaceable, but requires some drilling of the plastic on the ends. If the hinge were to break, your best bet might be to use Pelican's warranty for a new case. Lastly, this slide also shows some of the texture of the plastic skin. The texture provides a decent scratch-resistant outer surface which keeps the case looking good longer. This shows a close-up of the wheel end of the case. There are 2 latches and 1 fold-down lifting handle on this end, but the wheels are the star of the show. The wheel design on this case is much improved from earlier versions. The most likely thing to break on any rolling shipping case is the wheels. And Pelican has not only made the wheels longer lasting by putting them in protective housings, they have also made them easier to replace in the field. If a wheel gets damaged, the housing can easily be removed and replaced without damaging the rest of the case. In addition, by using 4 instead of 2 wheels, the case rolls easier and the wheels last longer by having less weight on each one of them. The top of the case shown here has a few features worth noting. Pelican adheres 2 product and logo stickers to the top of the case. They are removable by the purchaser and provide a good spot for private branding or your own identification labels. The plastic ribbing shown at the top and bottom add structure to the lid and also serve as part of the stacking provision. This picture shows the bottom of the case. The square and rectangular protrusions that run down the sides serve 2 purposes. Firstly, they protect the retractable handle assembly, and secondly, the squares fit into the ribbing on the top of the case for secure stacking. The handle assembly, like the wheels, is easily replaceable if it gets broken. The handle itself has a 2-position lock, either all the way up or all the way down, and as an added bonus, the handle can be unlocked and lifted up with one hand. It's time to start talking about the case interior and dimensions. The picture shows a top view of the case base. As you can see, there are protrusions on the left from the inset wheel cartridges and a protrusion on the right from the retractable handle. Also shown is the raised structural ribbing inside the bottom of the case. Now let's take a look at some dimensions. Here we have a CAD rendering of the case base interior. The dimensions at the top of the case, as we stated earlier, are 29.13 inches by 18.09 inches. The same dimensions at the bottom of the case are 28.57 inches by 17.53 inches. The reason the case is smaller at the bottom is due to what we call the case draft. The case base is molded in one piece, and it has to be narrower at the bottom so that the part will release from the mold. In this instance, the case draft subtracts around ½ inch from the usable length and width at the bottom. In addition to the case draft, the wheel and handle protrusions also decrease usable space at the bottom, and this may come into play if you are packing out big, long, or several odd-shaped items. This slide shows a bisected view of the case with the lid on it. The 10.62-inch stated case depth is made up of a base depth of 8.81 inches and a lid depth of 1.8 inches. As you can see, the overall usable depth is less than the 10.62 inches in several areas of the case due to protrusions. The dimensions of the wheel wells and handle well protrusions are shown, as well as the 1/8 inch height of the bottom ribbing we discussed earlier. At the top of the case, we are showing protrusions from 6 plastic nubs called risers that are left over from the molding process of the lid. The good news on these is that if they are in your way, they can be removed easily with a putty knife and hammer without damaging the lid. Thank you for your time today. I hope this was an informative video. If you would like to get a copy of these slides, please contact us and we will be happy to provide them to you. Also, let us know if you have any other questions or if you would like to purchase a case or discuss a custom interior. Thanks again.